We're live from Hermosa Beach, California. A huge, enthusiastic crowd on hand for the Miller Lite U.S. Pro Championships. Today, semifinal action, Karch Kiraly, Kent Steffes going up against Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff. Hi again, everybody. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland. Welcome to the richest tournament in beach volleyball history. $750,000 going to be given away this weekend. And Paul, it is no wonder the players have their armored cars revved up in the parking lot.
Yeah, but what they don't know is I have all the keys. Anyway, lots of money at stake. But I really think that in this modern era of pro beach volleyball, it's the importance of the title. U.S. champions for the year 1992. Very much like Andre Agassi recently winning Wimbledon. The title means more than the money itself. But like I said, I've got the keys, so we'll have to worry about that later.
6 teams have a chance to win this championship, and certainly one of them, Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes. They won 13 tournaments earlier in the year. They've been slumping just a bit. Maybe they need to shave their heads.
I don't think you'll see it. I don't think you'll see them shave their heads. Not only did they win 13 tournaments earlier in the year, they won those in a row. But in the last 2 weeks, they've finished 4th and 5th, respectively. And that's not a slump. That's Kiraly and Steffes downright hitting rock bottom, but they're bouncing right back. Kent Steffes is 6'5", only 24 years of age. Clearly the young star on the Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. He can do it all. But most of all, he's a great athlete. And paired with Karch Kiraly, his partner, 31 years of age, now 2 gold medals to his credit. Kiraly may be the best all-around volleyball player of all time. He combines great, young, outspoken, brash talent with the experience and all-around play of Karch Kiraly, and that's why they've been so dominant this year.
How about the opponents for this weekend? Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff, arguably the hottest team on the beach right now.
Well, who beat Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes last week? Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff. Brent Frohoff used to be paired with Karch Kiraly. Karch Kiraly dumped him. Brent Frohoff hasn't forgotten it, and ever since the beginning of 1991, Brent Frohoff has been trying to reestablish himself on the Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. He took a big step last week when he won in Santa Cruz. Great jump server, good hitter from the right side, good setter as well. But I really think Ricky Luyties at 6'5", former All-American at UCLA, is the key. Ricky Luyties is big, strong, and intimidating, a tremendous blocker, but he's playing this week with a broken toe on his foot, and that really could be the key factor. Ricky Luyties got a block, but can he overcome the injury?
That is our matchup. The Pro Beach rules, 1 game to 15. You must serve to score, of course. Minimum 3 contracts. Players can't touch the net at any time. 9-minute game clock, and we do go to sudden death if the score is tied. So Luyties and Frohoff, Kiraly and Steffes. Our officials, so key. Our first referee is Jim Leonard. Jim Leonard is up, and Ken Taylor, our second referee, is down. Kent Steffes will serve. Wearing purple, the white top, 6'4", 210, buffed up, the #1 player on the tour at this time, and will remain the #1 player on the tour. Luyties. And Ricky Luyties is blocked by his former teammate at UCLA, Karch Kiraly.
And Ricky Luyties limps back into serve-receive position. The players' tent is very unusual in Pro Beach Volleyball. It's open. All the players are sitting right next to one another. They know Ricky Luyties has got a broken toe. And Kiraly and Steffes are going to show no mercy, come right to Ricky Luyties. But Luyties played all last week with that injury, won $100,000 with that man, Brent Frohoff. But he's got to pass the ball. Kiraly all over the top of this one, straight down.
Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff coming off an impressive win over Mike Whitmarsh and Brian Lewis. Chance for another point. Steffes, and out of the reach. So Steffes and Kiraly come out and jump on top. This is a team that has never won the U.S. Pro Championship. 7th last year. Kiraly and Steffes are hungry.
Well, I talked to both of them. They said, look, we always slump for this tournament. Maybe we've gotten our slump out of the way and are going to play very, very well for a change here in Hermosa. Brent Frohoff wearing socks today on this very, very hot day, taking the first of one of his 4 sand timeouts, trying to stop the bleeding, including the quarterfinals. Chris, Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes have now scored 18 straight points. They won their quarterfinal match 15-0.
So Karch Karai in the pink hat, positioned at the net. His partner, Kent Steffes, serving. Steffes just 24, full of confidence. Frohoff bounds it down the middle. Brent Frohoff, a resident local from nearby Marine Avenue. He's got a lot of fans here. For those of you who are watching tennis, we are going to keep you updated. Capriati winning the first set, then Huber bouncing back. Capriati leading in the third set 4-1. We'll keep you abreast of that match. Karai and Steffes get the ball once again. So Charles Frederick Karai. That was Karch's nickname when he was his given name, I should say. His father, Laz Karai, Hungarian descent. And here comes Luyties. And tapping over the top. Ricky Luyties putting it away. Side out.
And if you're wondering, can you play with a broken bone in your foot? Yes, on the sand. The surface is much, much softer. It's much more forgiving. It's not as jolting as it is playing indoors. But certainly Ricky's jumping ability and mobility are certainly hampered here. Right, Frohoff with a dip.
Chance for a point. Looking for one. Frohoff got it.
The key to the victory for Luyties and Frohoff last week, the defense of Brent Frohoff, something that has been missing in his game, a lot of people think, through the years, but right off the bat, Frohoff digging a ball.
Oh, and the ball goes through Karai's hands. It is hot. Temperature in the 90s. Karai and Steffes the first 3 points, then Luyties and Frohoff bouncing back. Karai and Steffes by 1 when we return to Hermosa Beach. 23rd tournament this year on the Miller Lite Pro Tour. This one, the big one, the U.S. Pro Championships, and Karch Karai derails one down the pipe. Karch with 2 Olympic gold medals chose not to play this year. He certainly would have helped the team, no doubt about that. How much? Well, speculation. Kent Steffes serving.
Say speculation. I think they would have won the gold if he had played, but that's a moot point. At this time, Brent Frohoff, Ricky Luyties siding out once again. Very important that Brent Frohoff serve well. He's a local kid, a local favorite. No longer a kid, 29 years of age, but must jump serve well.
If there are 2 players that want to beat Karai and Steffes more on the earth, I'd like to see it. Both Frohoff and Luyties, former partners of Karai. Karai dumping Frohoff to pick up Steffes. Luyties used to play with Karai. Karai dumped him, so they have a lot to prove.
Well, and in 1991, Karch Karai didn't want to tell Brent Frohoff over the phone, so Frohoff hitting here from the left side, siding out down the line. Drove all the way down to Karch Karai's house. Karch had just returned from his first professional season in Italy and was trying to convince Karai that he was the man to play for reasons like this. Look, I've been buffed up. I'm hitting the ball hard, and Karai said, hey, I'm going with Kent Steffes. And Frohoff,
oh, look at that. Karai shanks it, and Ricky Luyties, who is the defending U.S. champion, along with Adam Johnson, tops one.
The overset and the payback. One apiece so far early on the overpass.
Strategy is to work Steffes and off Frohoff out of bounds. So Kent Steffes has the serve. Steffes, a very unique individual. He's going to make $500,000 this year, and yet he continues to take classes at UCLA and earn his degree. Doesn't care about grades. He told me he goes to school to learn. How about that for a student? Nice dig by Steffes.
He's been learning and doing some teaching out on the beach. Nice cut that time by Frohoff.
Another interesting tidbit on Steffes. He doesn't read the sports page. He reads the Wall Street Journal, and he wants to be a corporate Raider when his volleyball career is over.
Well, the Raider part certainly suits his personality. Not tortured by doubt. A big talker. A lot of the players don't like it, but he's been backing it up.
Nobody.
Steffes booms it down the line. So Kent Steffes, 24 years old, the youngest player ever to be ranked #1 on the AVP computer. $190,000 so far. He's going to win the Miller Lite Grand Prix, which is another 70 that will be given away this weekend. Good shot, and off the top of Karai. Frohoff, very, very versatile. Talked about $750,000 in total money. $500,000 of that is Miller Lite Grand Prix, which will be divided up. $250 going in this tournament. 100 split. 100,000 split. Not bad. And out of the reach, Ricky Luyties was into the net. So Steffes and Karai will have the ball. Paul, you talked about Steffes' mouth. He doesn't talk trash in the games or in the matches, but he will talk trash in the press. He was quoted the other day in the LA Times as saying, the other players don't care about me. And I don't care about them. I'm labeled as controversial. I consider myself the only player with a brain as he serves up the ace.
And he's not the only one with a jump serve, but he has certainly taken the game to a higher level. And you can spout off like that when your partner is Karch Kiraly, arguably the best player of all time, and you can come out and have a pretty good chance of backing it up. But Kent Steffes is a unique individual and not afraid to speak his mind and doesn't care whether it's the popular thing to say or not.
7 minutes and 19 seconds to go in this game. Semifinal action. Brent Frohoff in blue, yellow visor serving. He's got a great one also.
Ricky! Come on, go.
Frohoff with a dig. Score!
Brent Frohoff has been out on the Pro Beach Tour for nearly a decade, and only this year from Frohoff have we seen that kind of movement. Defensively, hustling, stretch out, scoring the point.
His service creating some problems. Kiraly dug again by Frohoff. Chance for a point. See ya! Frohoff and Luyties have the lead.
Frohoff just continues to turn it on defensively. He's got 3 digs early, all of those leading to points. And this is really a new Brent Frohoff in terms of his defensive performance as his team takes the lead.
Only the 3rd tournament ever played between Luyties and Frohoff. They're looking good. And that tap is out of bounds, so another point scored by Brent Frohoff and Ricky Luyties. So Kiraly and Steffes look good early, but the hot squad, Frohoff and Luyties, on a roll by 2. Pro Championships, Kiraly and Steffes have been outscored 6-1, a run for Frohoff and Luyties. If you like today's beach action, you'll love the home video highlights of last year's AVP season. To order your copy, call 1-800-94-SPIKE. 1-800-94-SPIKE. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland semifinal action. Kiraly and Steffes have gone flat after a quick 3-0 lead. Frohoff and Luyties turning it on now. This is Karch Kiraly, and off the chest of Frohoff. So Karch Kiraly finally puts one away. We're talking about his name a little earlier. Charles Frederick Kiraly. Charles in Hungarian is Karch. So technically his name Karch Kiraly, of course, in Hungarian. In American, Chuck King, since Kiraly means king in Hungarian. So Kiraly has had many, many names and many, many problems with his names over the year. People calling him different kinds of names. 6-4 is our score. Luyties serving. And Steffes hammers one through. Let's update you on what's happening at the Mazda Tennis Challenge. Jennifer Capriati has done it. She has won in 3 sets, 7-6, 3-6, 6-1. So Capriati over Anka Huber in the Mazda Tennis Challenge. We welcome you if you're a tennis fan. Stick around. You might like live volleyball here on NBC.
Game has a lot in common. A net divides the players or teams. You take care of your own side of the net. Don't make too many unforced errors. Serve some aces. Play some defense.
Frohoff has it. Luyties, see ya. Brent Frohoff's defense has been unbelievable.
And much maligned through the years by other players on the tour, by current and former partners, by people who follow the sport. But Brent Frohoff is just turning it on defensively. Every place Kiraly and Steffes hit the ball, Brent Frohoff is there with the answer.
Folks, don't forget, immediately following the match you're seeing.
I mentioned that Charles Frederick Kiraly once had to change his name, or he did change his name, I should say, to Charles Karch Kiraly so he could cash his paychecks. These are some of the names that Karch has been called. Card Kiard, Couch Curdley, Crash Curly, Koch Curly, and Card Kiraly. The worst one of all, the final ingredient? Yes, someone called him Crotch Kirby one time. Did he respond? He said no. And that time, Crotch Kirby whacks one out of bounds.
Say about a team and a player that's not responding is Karch Kiraly. Frohoff and Ricky Luyties did not have much success early going to Kent Steffes. They've been scoring their points off of Karch. Karch by any other name.
8-4. And another dig by Frohoff. Keeping it in play, looking for the Luyties block. Kent got it. So Kent Steffes finally puts one away. Steffes and Kiraly in big trouble here, trailing 8-4 in our semifinal.
2 keys to playing good defense on the beach. One is total commitment, never give up on the ball, read the hitter in front of you. But secondly, you have to have a blocker like Ricky Luyties that can take away a lot of the court. So although Frohoff's getting a lot of the balls, give some credit to Ricky Luyties.
Should be a point coming up, and it is, as Luyties taps one right to Karch. The knock on Ricky Luyties early in his career that he could not make the big play. Well, he dispelled that all last year after he won in San Antonio, then won the U.S. Pro Championships here in Hermosa Beach. He had come through, he had stopped making errors, and now he's back again. As Karch gobbles one up, it's 8-5, looking for 6. Not yet. Karch again for 6.
Tentative sets out of transition here by Steffes.
And out of bounds. So an error by Frohoff and Luyties. Good recovery by Steffes and Karai as they close to within 2.
Steffes and Karai are unbeatable, in my opinion, when they're playing at the top of their game and playing aggressively, but they're starting to get conservative, and that's what cost them a 4th and 5th place finish in the last couple of weeks and the end to their 13 tournament winning streak.
A couple of quick points for Karai and Steffes. They're back on the hunt. 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the game. We'll come back. As Brent Frohoff and Ricky Luyties trying to pull the upset on the #1 team in volleyball now. Karch Karai and Kent Steffes. If you're wondering, yes, St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos are playing in this tournament. They will play in the other semifinal against Adam Johnson and Tim Hovland. Luyties and Frohoff trying to get by here. Dinkering. So Brent Frohoff dinks one in there.
We're going to add that to your glossary. Dinkering. But a nice little slice, change of pace by Brent Frohoff. Frohoff getting a good set, hanging, waiting. Where's the block going to go? Where's the defense going to go? And then slicing in the other direction.
So here comes Steffes. And Steffes bombs one. Doesn't appear that Steffes is hitting with as much confidence as we saw him in earlier matches.
Well, remarkable that a team that won 13 tournaments in a row could lose its confidence when all the biggest tournaments are coming. But Ken Steffes talked about Karai not setting me where I wanted. And he said, we're not panicking, but things are not going well. But when you have that much talent and that much experience, you can do it.
Karch Karai up high on this one, turning it back into the play.
Karai and Steffes are unique. They share the blocking and defensive responsibilities, both of them outstanding.
8-7 is our score. Frohoff and Luyties by 1. We'll be back after these words from our local stations. California, Karch Karai just served an ace moments ago. Brent Frohoff and Ricky Luyties challenging the great Karch Karai and his partner Kent Steffes. Our score is 8-8. Don't forget, more tennis tomorrow. Mazda Tennis Challenge. You'll be seeing again Jennifer Capriati. But right now it's Kent Steffes in the white hat going up against Ricky Luyties at the net. Luyties 6'5", powerful, and a dig. Chance for a point, and jam it. Luyties and Karai played together for Al Skates at UCLA, a couple of undefeated teams, and they both can get up ball.
Well, the Bruins know each other well. They meet at the summit, but once again, this point-scoring opportunity comes off the defense of Brent Frohoff. He's everywhere right now.
Karai snapping it down. So Karch Karai punching one home right through the block.
Ricky Luyties looks like he's sucking a little wind to me right now. It's very hot outside. He's got the broken toe on his left foot. If I'm Karai and Steffes, I'd do exactly that. Start making Ricky Luyties work a little bit to side out, but he comes through.
You'll remember Ricky Luyties last year, the first live tournament we had on NBC, the big upset win with Adam Johnson. He won a gold medal in '88. As part of Marv Dunphy's squad. He's a great hitter blocker. He always looks a little tired. He takes in a lot of air. He's doing a lot of work up there. He's got a big body, and it takes time to move it. That's out of bounds, side out. 9-8. Frohoff and Luyties leading Karch Karai and Kent Steffes. That's Frohoff. Karai and Steffes, their serving game has gone into the tank. Luyties beams one.
And serving was really a key to the domination of Karch Karai and Kent Steffes. A tournament in Boulder, Colorado. They destroyed St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos 15-1 in the finals. And they were just bombing jump serves. And they said they were going to continue to serve that way the rest of the summer. My opinion, they've stopped doing it. They're just lobbing the jump serve.
And Frohoff misses the dig down the line. Brent was there. And one thing that he used to do when he was a little younger is go out for the one-arm bandit, reach that left arm out. You might have had that one. So a point-scoring opportunity, and now Steffes will serve.
That's robbing yourself. Frohoff was there. You got to play that ball with two arms.
Ace! So Karai and Steffes, just as we said, their serving game was not good. Steffes cranks up an ace right on the end line. And so he'll serve again. 9-9, semifinal action.
Neither team showing any consistency in siding out here at all. By siding out, I just mean pass, set, and hit the ball to perfection, put the ball away, keep the other team off the scoreboard. Neither team right now playing very well in that area.
Brent Frohoff won $50,000 last week in Santa Cruz. Also, Ricky Luyties. Oh, and right back at you, an ace into the corner. Kind of interesting, this jump serve that came into being in 1988. I asked legendary Ron Von Hagen, what do you think of the jump serve? He's the Babe Ruth of volleyball. He said, that's not volleyball. You're not passing and setting and hitting. You could serve 15 of those and never have to play volleyball. But it's part of the game.
A huge part of the game. Just ask the Brazilians who just won the gold medal in Barcelona, and ask all of the top players out on the Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. Almost all of the top players have the good jump serve.
So Karch Karai will serve. Father Laz here today in the crowd, and taught him how to play volleyball when he was 6 years old. Luyties beans it again. So Ricky Luyties shuffling on a broken foot. He's got a broken toe and kind of wading up there. He's wearing one of the Nike foot digs for protection so the sand can't get in there. And we'll chug-a-lug up to the net. 10-9 is our score.
Set.
And Steffes, a beautiful cut shot inside. Talk about the achievements of Kent Steffes. He said his most proud achievement this year is being #1 on the computer. I said, why do you say that? He said, well, I'm the #1 player, beach volleyball player in the world. And think of it, Chris, there are 5 billion people in the world, and I'm #1. I said, are you better than Karch? And he said, nope. I'm not that good.
Yeah, I asked him the exact same thing. I said, well, who's the best player on the beach? He said, well, my partner is. I said, well, did you say thank you to him for making
But he
you
says,
the
I'm
#1 player on
#1.
the computer?
I'm #1.
Well, Steffes will say almost anything, and already has.
10 serving 9. Trying Karch once. And Karch bangs one home. 4-time All-American at UCLA, a couple of gold medals, the most valuable player in the world in 1986. He has won literally every volleyball honor that's ever been given out, with 2 possible exceptions as the ball is racked out of bounds. Sportsmanship Award and maybe the comeback player of the year.
Karch has never had a comeback. He's always been right on top.
10-10 is our score. More action coming up. Stay with us. The U.S. Pro Championships continue. Welcome back to the Miller Lite U.S. Pro Championships, presented by Old Spice. I'm Chris Marlowe. My partner is Paul Sunderland. Semifinal action. 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go in this game, and we're tied up at 10. Seesaw back and forth. Ricky Luyties getting a lot of serve, doing a lot of blocking. And the little dink shot tantalizing Steffes over the top and down.
This is really just obviously a quick game to 5. Lots of time left on the game clock. Neither team shown an ability to put the ball away offensively for a long period of time. Whoever gets hot blocking, can Brent Frohoff stay hot defensively, going to determine who wins this match.
Luyties against Steffes. And that time, Steffes goes down the line. So Kent Steffes.
12 kills for Steffes, 7 for Kirai. The number of serve receptions pretty even. Steffes with 14, Kirai with 11.
Ricky, and Ricky snaps hard cross court.
Talked about it even being, in terms of serve receptions for Kirai and Steffes, not the case between Luyties and Frohoff. Ricky Luyties has received 20 serves. Brent Frohoff only 6. So no secret that Steffes and Kirai are working on Ricky Luyties and the broken foot.
Karch a little tight against Luyties, and he taps inside. Both setters for UCLA. Yes, Karch was a setter at one time in the 6-2 offense. Then changed to an outside hitter by Doug Beal. And a good move that was by Beal, resulting in that first Olympic gold medal. Karch gobbles this one up, looking for 11. And Karch, oh, what a dig by Frohoff. Luyties on the broken toe, can't get there.
Was there. Ricky Luyties sprinting 20 yards, getting to the ball even on the broken toe and foot, and was there. Just could not pop the ball straight up in the air and give Frohoff a chance to follow up.
Luyties takes time out. 3 minutes and 41 seconds to go. It's a 20-second timeout. 2 timeouts per team per game. And 4 20-second timeouts. Kent Steffes, he has had a fabulous career already, and he is only 24 years old. Excuse me. I was thinking back to when he was 21. National High School Player of the Year at Pacific Palisades High School here in Los Angeles. A Rookie of the Year in 1989. 3 years later, he's the #1 ranked player in the world. And another 20-second timeout, and Luyties is definitely limping back to the box. Now, Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff do have a trainer over there. His name is Jeremy Subin, the little guy in the hat there in the white. And he is the personal trainer of Brent Frohoff and anybody that Frohoff plays with.
Absolutely. It's a team venture. Brent Frohoff pays Jeremy Subin to come to the tournaments, take care of him, make sure he takes his fluids. Brent Frohoff, one of the knocks against Frohoff was that he wasn't strong enough physically. He's never going to be a big, beefy guy. He's slightly built, but he's lifted weights and worked hard. But the problem now is Ricky Luyties' foot. After that long sprint, got to be in pain.
Luyties got to grind it out now, and he taps it down the line. One thing you'll notice, if you're learning about beach volleyball, Luyties not hitting now, and that's not a good sign. Luyties, big, strong guy. You like to see him up there hitting and mixing in the shots. 2-time NCAA Player of the Year. His record at UCLA, 126 wins and 7 losses. Frohoff, and Frohoff can't get that one as Steffes taps it down the line. So Steffes gets another kill, a successful spike.
Getting back to Ricky Luyties' foot for just a second. They had a very tough match against #4 seed Mike Whitmarsh and Brian Lewis. Long, difficult match earlier this morning. And Luyties had to play very tough through that. So this is not the only time he's put stress on that foot.
Pretty good dig. Frohoff tapping. You see Frohoff, he's wearing sunglasses, but he's also taking a very, very good look at the court and trying to move the ball around. Very intelligent volleyball player.
Well, and Frohoff is one of the few players who can move from the right side, which he played offensively for a number of years in a row, and with Karch Kirai, over to the left where he started his career. And offensively, he's doing very well on either side.
Serving up against Karch, and he drills another one. I'm really surprised that Ricky Luyties not taking that angle. Karch's favorite hit is cross court. He likes to try to sizzle the pits and get those hairs a sizzling, a twitching.
Kirai and Steffes are passing and setting the ball better than earlier in this match. They were very shaky early, gave up a lot of points.
Over him.
Ricky cutting it out of bounds. So the shots not working right now for Luyties and Frohoff, and Luyties getting the pressure now.
I'll tell you, I know that Ricky Luyties' foot is bothering him, and you talked about not mixing in the hard hit. They will not win if Luyties has to rely on just shooting the ball around the court in order to finish out this game. He's got to drill a couple of balls here.
And there he goes. There's a saying in volleyball, you can't win with shots. You can't win by shooting. You have to hit the ball, and obviously Luyties is in pain. But if anybody can work through it, he's got a high pain threshold. He's played with numbers of injuries, arm problems, ankle problems.
Started this season just coming off a broken wrist, and much the reason why he and Adam Johnson did not have a successful start to the season, and their partnership broke up.
Oh, good shot by Frohoff to score and tie it up.
Brent Frohoff loves taking chances and is in perfect position defensively. Look at Luyties move the block in. Frohoff, no reason to slow things down. The court's wide open, just shoot him deep.
Frohoff looking for the cross-court passing shot, wasn't he, Paul? Oh, and he was there, just missed that one as Steffes goes over the top, and Kirai and Steffes will have the ball.
That's closing on the net and just volleying into the open court. Excellent play by Brent Frohoff. Now the question, can Ricky Luyties side out?
12-11 is our score. Ricky can't convert. 13-11. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game.
Ricky Luyties, 3 unforced errors. I think they ought to take a full timeout. They're out of fulls, as a matter of fact. They can only stop this thing again. Well, according to our records, they're out of fulls, but they're going to give them another one.
13-11, the U.S. Pro Championships from Hermosa Beach will continue. Pro Championships, 2-day event. Have more beach volleyball for you tomorrow. Luyties. Saved by Frohoff. And against his former partner, he goes over the top. Brent Frohoff with a kill.
Okay, Brent Frohoff needs to come back and concentrate on a good jump serve and try to get on the board. He's been moving the ball around extremely well. Luyties with a good bump set and the field goal. But then when Frohoff and Luyties are receiving serve, Frohoff's got to take much more court.
Pretty good deep serve. Karai.
Chance here.
Frohoff has it. Gotta get it. And he does.
Frohoff has been the show on his home beach. Grew up right here in Manhattan, Hermosa Beach, and playing great defense, knows every inch of this beach, and has been all over it.
2.5 minutes to go. 13-12. Karai hanging on by a point. Play Karai and Steffes ahead by a point. The Miller Lite U.S. Championship semifinal action. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland with you. Brent Frohoff. What a story. Never played really big-time volleyball indoor-wise, as Luyties getting all the serves now. So Frohoff and Luyties trying to score quickly so they don't have to endure that. But Frohoff playing brilliant defense behind the block.
Bad set.
And Karch hits it right on the edge of the line. Just barely. Karch with good aim that time.
Lucky shot, excuse me, cross court. Really bad set by Kent Steffes. Frohoff yelling at Ricky Luyties to drop off the net on that poor set play defense, but just can't move quick enough with a foot.
Frohoff going on two.
Smart play. Smart
if it
play.
Works.
Well, that one works. Very smart play. What Brent Frohoff does by hitting that ball on two is he stops his teammate Ricky Luyties from being the target offensively.
12 serving 13. Karch off Luyties. So Karch pounds one off Ricky Luyties. Steffes and Karai have the ball back.
Now Brent Frohoff, Ricky Luyties receiving. Frohoff should move Luyties right over to the corner, the sideline, and take as much court as he can, try to steal some of these serves.
Luyties played back. Luyties, and he puts it away.
Luyties is big, strong, a former national champion and Olympic gold medalist. He's not going to give up easily. Here his former teammate at UCLA and in the Olympics stuffs him, but then Luyties rising to the occasion.
And Frohoff working the line. He can't get it. So service error. Taking a chance was Frohoff that time. Trying to dial up a point.
Got to do it. He doesn't expect Ricky Luyties to be able to side out much longer or block a ball. Frohoff trying to take over the match single-handedly.
Ball goes to Frohoff this time. He's against Steffes, and he puts it through. As we were saying, Brent Frohoff, not big-time indoor volleyball. He's won over $470,000 in his career. And this year, he told me, I feel rejuvenated with Ricky. Had some problems early in the year, switched partners, but now I've got a partner I like. Oh, a terrible set by Karai. Double contact. And a point. 13-13 now.
That's what we call a throw out on the beach. You really just throw the ball up at the net rather than set it cleanly off both hands at the same time. Double contact called by Leonard.
Basically, the mismangled ball. We're tied. Karch. And Kent taps it down the line. The winner of this match goes on to play in the finals of the winner's bracket, a double elimination tournament. So the loser of this particular match is not out, but severely damaged as Frohoff takes it. Frohoff stuffed. Karch was right there. He tried to sneak it down the line, couldn't do it.
Two serves in a row to Brent Frohoff. Call those mistakes. Ricky Luyties got a broken foot. This ball was set too low. Frohoff just trying to cuff it.
And a 20-second timeout taken by Frohoff and Luyties. So Brent Frohoff and Ricky Luyties trailing 14-13. We'll try to suck it up for one more run as Karai and Steffes trying to put the pressure on. Been some communication problems between Karai and Steffes early in the career, mainly because Steffes was afraid to talk to Karai, and vice versa.
Steffes was afraid to talk to somebody?
Yeah.
That's the only person on earth that Steffes might have ever been afraid to talk to, but I understand that. At the time, Steffes was only 20 years old.
All right, here we go. First, match point for Steffes and Karai. Steffes. Luyties. And Karai does it.